Hey horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of Cannibals and Carpet Fitters. Yes, Carpet Fitters. Um, Cast and crew information down below as usual, including the IMDb plot, which I'll start with here. A group of carpet fitters are sent on a job to an old country house in the middle of nowhere. However, they soon discover it's a trap set up by the savage, cannibalistic family, the Hannings. The carpet fitters are forced to fight for their lives or risk ending up being the evening's dinner. Unfortunately, they are not quite your typical heroes. No, they are not. Um, so we have some interesting things here. We have carpet fitters, um, which is, I don't know if the people that wrote this or directed this or came up with this idea, that it's just a profession they like or what, I don't know. Seemed a little unusual. Not something you typically hear. And then kind of an interesting thing is it's cannibals and carpet fitters. It's not versus, which we typically see cannibals or zombies or whatever versus this and that, but we get and it's not like they really join forces. So I don't know. Anyway, let's see. So kind of getting into what's happening here. You kind of see both sides of the story to open up. You're going to see the cannibalistic family here. You're going to get an introduction to them, and you're going to realize right away that they are no good. And then you're going to get introduced to a couple of the carpet fitters in this operation here in their store. Introduced to a couple of the characters here before they kind of head off on their mission, and that is obviously going to this Hannings family's house to do some carpeting, because that's what they do. And so you're going to get introduced to a couple of characters here. I think one of them off the bat you're probably going to be not liking, and you're going to be like, I can't wait till they die. But that happens, and that's fine. That's what they're there for. And the movie kind of moves along kind of quick. You're not going to have to wait too long. And I guess what they do here is they kind of split it up where, and I don't know if it just because of the way the movie was done, or they wanted to do it that way, or that's how carpet fitters do it, or I don't know. But kind of one van goes to the house first to start working, and then a couple of more workers are going to come later. So the first people go to the house. The mother is kind of the person in charge here. The sons are kind of, she has several sons. I think there might be 5 or 6 of them total. And the first couple of people that show up, they're not really going to see the sons. They're going to deal mostly with the mother here, who's a little bit of an older lady here. And, she seems just like the sweet little old lady here, and playing kind of defenseless, and, welcomes them to the house, and you're going to do the job, and so forth, kind of sets them on their way. And then as these first couple of people start doing their job, all of a sudden different sons are going to appear, and then it's cannibals versus carpet fitters. So that they're going to put up a fight. Some people are going to live, some people are not, and then you're going to see the other group kind of show up. 2 more people show up to the house. I should mention that this is a horror comedy, so this is not just straight serious killings. This is going to be a lot of humor as well. You're going to find that the second group that kind of shows up, they kind of they figure that something's going wrong. They're going to try to escape. The escape is not going to go so well, and then they're going to end up kind of stuck there, and then they're basically going to have to survive the cannibals. And so yeah, it is a pretty funny movie. There are plenty of funny moments, and kind of capitalizing on the fact that like it says in the summary there, they're not heroes, and that kind of sets up a lot of the humor because you'll see many a time they stumble upon things and they survive out of pure luck, not because they're some great hero saving the day or saving themselves. Um, there's one character in particular who um, is really probably the most hapless of them all, and you kind of see them stumble away and kind of wonder how in the hell they're staying alive. Um, then on the horror side of it, they do an equally good job. Um, One of the things you'll see is there's a couple of scenes and deaths where it's almost a jump scare death. You're not gonna see the person dying in that kind of that second. It's kind of like a regular scene's happening, and then bam, something happens and they're dead. You're like, oh, whoa, didn't where'd that come from? That's gonna happen a few times. So I praise them for that because I just wasn't expecting that. 1 second they're there and bam. Other times when you see them fighting a cannibal, you're kind of assuming, you're kind of expecting one of them to kind of go. But there's some other moments there where it might be a more of an in-between scene, or you think there's a break in the action, and then bam, somebody's dead. So they do a really good job with that. There's some blood and guts, and they don't get too much into the cannibal part of it. It's more of why they're doing everything. So you're not going to see too much. There is a quick eating scene, but that's not really stressed here. It's more they have these carpet fitters here, and they're going to eventually be the food. But the sons basically have to kill them first, and the challenge is back and forth. Who's going to survive here? Different weapons are used. Some are pretty cool. Some work out well. Even the cannibals are funny at moment. There's one scene where one of the carpet fitters is kind of trying to escape, and basically two brothers are hunting them at the same time, and it's almost a competition, and you can kind of see them fighting over who's going to kill them and who got the better death and so forth. And obviously the mom has to reel them all back in. And the other thing they have is a giant son down in the basement, and they kind of portray him more as like a monster, but he's just oversized son there, and you don't want to end up in the basement. Let's just call it that. So that's just a whole other dynamic on its own. So I think you kind of get the gist of what's happening here, but I'm not going to leave any spoilers here. I do like the ending. It does lead to a question I have. I'm not going to ask it here because I think that would ruin the ending. I don't want to ruin the ending. There's kind of a little bit of a surprise to you, but it kind of makes me ask a question that I think doesn't make sense if that's going to be the ending, but I kind of let it pass in a way or whatever. I don't know. Not really the type of movie you have to get into detail about asking questions for, but whatever. It's just a thought that passed, and I was like, okay. But with that, I think you're going to get everything you want out of this kind of movie that had this kind of title. It is a British film, and it is hilarious. It's got plenty of funny moments. It's got its blood. It's got its guts. Like I said, one of the best things they do is those kind of jump scare deaths. Terrifically done. And I think you guys will enjoy this one. So if you're scrolling through Amazon there and you see this title, I definitely recommend you put this one on. I'm going to give it 3.5 pools of blood. Really enjoyed it. I'm glad I got to see it after all these years of not. So with that, down below, as usual, horrorgory-reviews.blogspot.com is where you can find more reviews, written ones, as well as these video reviews, or you can always subscribe to this channel. Twitter, Facebook information there as well. We can talk about horror movies there, this movie, other movies, whatever you guys want. You have something for me to review, I will try. You can put that information there or reach out to me there as well. Feel free to comment on this video, comment on the movie, or just reach out to me about something else there as well. And yeah, I'm not a cannibal and I'm not a carpet fitter, but this movie was fun to watch them both kind of go against each other and not really be an and, but whatever. So with that, I'll catch you on the next review, horror fans.